Alan, here we are. We've just wrapped up season 2017-18. Certainly been a memorable one, but how do you reflect on it?
Yeah, I remember sitting talking to you probably about a year ago, almost to the day, and we reflected on what was probably a really difficult season, a really difficult campaign for everybody, on and off the park. So it's really pleasant to be sitting chatting with you after, I think what everybody would agree was certainly a really exciting season and a really memorable one. Unfortunately never quite managed to go over the line in terms of winning a trophy, but to be in two finals at Hampden Park and to be, I think, 18 points clear of the relegation zone. I think had we all watched my interview last year and wondered what we were going to be the upcoming season, I think almost every Motherwell fan would have taken that. So, I think I reflect it with some degree of positivity. As I said, a little bit of letdown that we didn't quite manage to win a trophy for the first time in 27 years. But at the same time, I think everybody hopefully can see the progress that's been made.
You quite rightly mentioned the turnaround between this season and last. How then do we build on this season off the pitch moving forward?
Yeah, I think that's the key. I think the key for any club is that when you have some success either on or off, that you don't rest on your laurels, you don't become complacent. I think there are numerous examples in Scottish football, even including here at Fir Park, where things have been going well, but then all of a sudden, very quickly football can turn around. So what I've been saying to everybody at the club, you'll know this yourself, all the staff that I've been speaking to, is that we need to make sure that after a good season, nobody, inadvertently or subconsciously puts the tools away. That in actual fact, we need to be driving things harder and forward, and we need everybody in this building, players, coaching staff, but also all the staff here at the club, to give that 5-10% more. So, that's in my mind, that's how we do it. We don't sit back and, kick our feet up and relax at the fact that we've had a fairly good season. In fact, quite the opposite. We want to push ourselves hard. We want to keep developing the club both on and off the park. And I'm going to make it my mission every single day that I'm in here to make that happen. I've wrote on everybody's whiteboards and everybody's computers. Don't waste a day of close season. We only get 4 or 5 weeks to when the players are not here to try and make a difference. And a lot of the work that goes on now, as you know, really kind of sets up the stall for the rest of the campaign. So, it's been a busy week or two already, but I'm hopefully they'll leave good foundations for the new coming season.
Yeah, a lot of things to address. Of course, we'll start on the pitch, and as your role, Chief Executive, what can we expect this summer?
I think when I sat and talked to you last year, I think we were all on the understanding that there was going to be quite a fairly large turnaround in the squad. A lot of players were coming to the end of the contract. Stephen Robinson also had an idea about how he wanted to shape the squad and the types of players that he wanted to bring to the club. So we were well prepared for a high turnover of players. I think this year you'll see far less of that. You'll already know that everybody will have seen, I think 6 players now, 6 of the first team squad. Prior to the end of the season, had already renewed their contract. You think of Ryan Bowman, Cedric Kipre, Charles Dunn, Richard Tate, Andy Rose, and Liam Grimshaw. I've done well to remember all of them. Have renewed already. So, and you'll see probably at the start of this week we released the squad update, and really only of the contracted players, only really 3 first team players were leaving: Russell Griffiths, Diamantis and Ellis, and obviously we wish all 3 of them the very best. So I think this summer will be more about fine tuning and trying to improve in little areas rather than wholesale changes to the playing staff. And being honest with you, that's probably where most clubs want to be. They don't want to be turning in 15, 16, 17 players, because it's difficult and not everybody can have the success out of it. So I think the manager and I have been working quite hard. In fact, the manager's actually been working long before the season actually finished, to try and address 1 or 2 areas of the team that he wants to bring players in. And along with Martin Foyle, Ross Clarkson, myself and him, we've been working hard every day, and we're very close to getting a couple of them over the line. So hopefully, by the time this interview goes out, or even or maybe just shortly after, then you'll see the first of the new arrivals of the summer coming.
Yeah, and then of course off the pitch as well, there's so much happening. Pitch developments, new ticketing system. Where do you begin with that?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, the overhaul last summer was of the playing staff. This year, actually, because a number of things, we're working to a plan about improving the club off the field, and this is a part of that process, but it's accelerated slightly because of how well it went on the park. There's a bit more money in the club, there's a bit more opportunity for us to really catch up on some of the capital expenditure projects that we've been wanting to do. Already, from the moment the players left after the game on Saturday, we'd already started on things like the pitch. You guys in the media team have done a little report on that already, but that's probably the biggest collective works that we've done on the pitch probably since 2010. We're turning over a lot. We're introducing a brand new irrigation system. It's a significant investment for the club. Paul, I'm sure, has already talked about what we're doing round about the park to make it safer. AstroTurf runoffs, taking over the walls, we're turning over the pitch again. So just the pitch project in itself is a 2 or 3 week job, which is a fairly extensive piece of work. We're also bringing in, as you mentioned, we've got a new website coming at the end of June, roughly, hopefully, approximately. And I promise everybody watching this will have a server that allows more than one person on it at one time. We have a brand new ticketing system which has already been introduced for season tickets. That will also expanded into match by match tickets, which is great. The turnstiles are getting regenerated to take that into account. There'll be a card entry system, which is brilliant. A new scoreboard, which we've talked about a lot as well, replacing the one that had been there since the mid-1990s. We're still in discussions about a PA system at the minute. We've not quite got that over the line, but that's happening. Yes, and we continue to try and improve commercially. We've got a new strip coming out soon. Hopefully have a new sponsor to announce soon. So, yeah, it's been an extremely busy time off the field at the club, as it always is at this part of the year. But it's also one that's good, and it's start refreshing things like the dressing room and doing other bits and bobs as well. So we're continuing just to try and make the place better every day coming into work for people, both the staff who work at the club, but also the players as well. So yeah, it's been a busy summer, but I like this time of year. I always say it reinvigorates you, it re-energises you a little bit. You're not quite in the grind of match by match. It allows you really to get your teeth into it a little bit. So yeah, it's been good so far.
And of course, it's also drawn to the close end of the first full season of fan ownership as well, and reflecting on that, it's been certainly a successful one to start things off fully.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And to be fair, I think the guys at the Welsh Society deserve a lot of credit. I think they have made some, as much as the club have made significant improvements, I think, or I hope people think, I think the same can be said for the Welsh Society, that I think they're really taking things up to the next level. And a lot of that times that builds with the club and things are going well in the park. Lots of things around about it start to look and feel a bit rosier. But, I think to that would be taking away a little bit of the credit that they deserve for a lot of the hard work about modernising their organisation and really embracing some of the new technologies. There have been more events. The communication I think's improved significantly. I think the guys on the board are working tenfold every day to try and make it work for them. So I think it's been a good first year of fan ownership. I think, but they'll be like us at the club as well. The society, they'll be keen to make sure that nobody rests on their laurels, that they continue to try and improve. And I think together, the club and them, working hand together. In fact, I say that us and them. It's not really us and them because the both of us are effectively one and the same. We're the same entity. They own the club. We work hand in hand every day. But together, the society and the club, continue to battle hard. And I've seen more people join. I think 2,600 was just been announced as the latest membership number. And if you think that this club only really gets 3,500 regular people coming here on a Saturday, maybe sometimes on better days it gets to 4. That's a great number. That's a really high number. But we want to push it higher. We want to get more involved. We want to get 3,000, 3,500, and the more people that join, the more people that give us the monthly subscriptions, or people who have previously joined a no membership who don't subscribe. If those people would come on board and get involved, it just means more improvements. We just talked about earlier on. We can do more of that. We can improve the team. We can improve the club. We can make sure it's safeguarded for the future. So yeah, full praise to the society. I think the guys are doing a great job there. And if you haven't joined already, think about it. Think about putting involved and getting involved with us, because the success we've had this season. I think we can build on it. That doesn't need to be a one-off, and that all come from the support from the fans.
When you and I sit here and we talk about everything we have so far, it must give you and everyone involved with the club that great sense of pride and showing that the club is really driving to push forward.
Yeah, but I think you've got to be careful that pride doesn't become complacency. As I said in an earlier answer, I think of, for example, Partick Thistle, who done so well last year to get to top 6 and deserve huge plaudits for that. But within one season, they find themselves where they are, and as hugely disappointing as that is for everybody there, that need only serve as a warning shot for the likes of ourselves. We need to make sure that everybody works hard and pushing hard, because John Boyle once famously said in football, 1 minute you're a peacock and the next you're a feather duster, and I think that's particularly apt in football. You need to make sure one day everything's going great. If you don't keep working hard and you don't keep pushing it, then it can turn. Whilst there are no guarantees in football, we can't guarantee that every year we're going to cup finals. We can't guarantee every year we're going to get to top 6. What I can tell every Motherwell fan and every member of staff in here is that everybody works here will give their absolute utmost to make sure that the club is in as successful place as it can be, and that's the assurance I can give them.